Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be teaching you how I achieve this flat closure wig using a sewing machine. Please, I'm going to be very detailed with my explanation. Stay tuned because you're going to be getting a lot of things. This is the wig head I'm going to work with, and then this is the wig cap I'm using to do this. This is our regular wig cap. If you're in Nigeria, this is what we use to make wigs most times. So most clients love this, while others love the other wig cap, but this one I love using it. I don't know the reason, but I just love using this. So I'll be lining my wig cap right now. This step is very important. It helps you to stick in line. When you're wigging, you don't make a mistake by falling off the line. Please, I would advise you not to use a chalk. Maybe you can get a concealer eye pencil or something that is just color. You can get a marker that is colored, that is different from black. It just is something that will show you the line whenever you're sewing. So the reason why I use chalk is just to give you guys illustration. It's going to wipe off when I start sewing, but this is an illustration on how you line your wig. And lining this wig is centered on how many bundles you have. Please do not line your wig. When you have excess bundle, line it without skipping any line. You can line it closely to each other. But if you have just few bundles, please, my dearest, line it skipping, especially in the middle. You can make the back close to each other, then in the middle you skip a lot of lines. So I'm lining this according to the bundles I have. So you're going to do yours according to the bundles you have. I repeat, do not line more than what you have or less than what you have. So line according to your bundle. And then if you're sewing and you find out that you've made a mistake in your line, you can adjust the sewing by just maybe skipping the line and sewing on an empty space, or you try to correct yourself before you start sewing. So this is the first step you're going to use to achieve this flat looking wig. I was supposed to first of all put my 4x4 because I'm using a 4x4 closure for this wig, but then I forgot to start up with it because I was in a haste. Then I went in to start sewing. The first thing I'm going to do is to double weft. Look at how to double weft. It is on top of each other. You don't put it on each other, you put it on top. Like one is going to be above while the other is going to be under it. Look at the way it's looking in this machine. Look very close. You see the way I place it. This is the practical way to double weft. Then I'll be using a zigzag to do this. The reason why I love electric sewing machine is that it has zigzag. It has different pattern. Why all this manual does not have. That is why most of them cannot be able to do double wefting. Instead, they are going to sew very close to each other, which is going to take them a lot of time. But when you double weft, it makes your works very fast. Like when you start sewing, you're just sewing, before you know it, you're done. And so that is the good thing I love about the sewing with electric machine. If you have a manual, please do not bother. Just try as much as possible to sew it one after the other until you're done. And do not feel bad if you don't have anyone you can be able to get. Please do go ahead and get it. And this machine, I purely recommend it for people who is just starting to sew wigs. This is very friendly for beginners because the machine is easy to operate, very easy. I'm also a beginner, and I'm here to show you guys how far I have learned, and as well as a beginner you're going to learn from me as well. Please try as much as possible whenever you're shifting from the line, try as much as possible to adjust it back to the line so that you can be able to sew on the wefts and not on the hair. You're meant to sew on the wefts, like on the weft. Do not sew on the line. So whenever it's moving, as you can see how I'm battling with this, I am going to put it back. If it shifts, I put it back. Then the right thing to do is to use your hand to secure it. You see the way I'm securing it right now? You're going to use your hand to secure it so that it does not move the way it's moving. So it's something you can do. Tell yourself I can do it, and you're going to do it, because sewing with hand is not so easy. And then be mindful of your fingers, because if you sew it very closely and it pierces your finger, there's a big hazard when this happens. It always penetrates the finger, and it's not going to be funny, like the pain is not here. So just be very careful when you're sewing this, extremely careful. As you can see, I just went up the line. As you can see, I sewed one of the wefts. So to tell you that you can actually make a mistake when you're doing this, and that is why you just have to secure it using your two hands to hold it very tight. Look at the way you place it. Be very rest assured that when you place it that way, you use your hand to secure, and it's not going to move or shift away from the line. So this is very, if at this point you've not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell in case I upload a new video. Let's look at the way I'm securing it right now. As you can see, this is much better. I'm improving. Guys, I'm just sharing my little knowledge with you guys because I'm new in this sewing stuff, and for the fact that I have gotten this far, I just want to share it with you guys. As a beginner, I'm teaching you guys as a beginner, and you as a beginner is going to also learn it so easy too. So I highly recommend the sewing machine. I got the sewing machine from Instagram vendor, and I'm going to mention her name before the end of this video, so you can as well go and secure yours. She's very good. She sells fairly used. I bought this as a fairly used at a very affordable price. I got it around 30k, and I'm going to do a review about this sewing machine on my channel. So in case you are interested to get it, you can hit me up, and I'm going to help you, link you to the seller to get yours. So now I'm done double wefting. You're going to double weft as many as the bundle. If the bundles are much, it's advisable you double weft. Then when you get to the closure part, you do not double weft the closure part, so it's not going to be bumpy. And like I said, do not place it on top of each other. Place it under each other so that you get this flat weft when you're done. That it gives you this flat weft. That I double weft it does not mean it's going to be bumpy. So it's still going to be normal. So guys, I'm going to start sewing my wig following the line that I lined on this wig, exactly on the line. So the first thing you're going to do, place your wig, secure it, and then I'm going to be using a line sewing, and then I back stitch. That's I reverse. This helped me in securing it. If you're using hand to, if you're used to using hand to wig, when you're about to start wigging, you tie the edge, right? This is exactly what I'm doing. Without this, it's going to loosen up with time. So you guys, you need to be very, very careful when you're doing this. Always take your time to do a reverse sewing. Just sew, reverse, go back and continue sewing. It will not take you much. So be very gentle with your foot pedal, because if you're a beginner, it's very much advisable. When I bought this machine newly, it was not easy for me. But with time, I was able to call a tailor, and she came down to my place to teach me how to use it. So this is the continuous process. I'm going to be placing my, of course, you know how to sew. If you're already sewing wig with your hands, it's exactly the same process. When you sew, you get to the end. Then I didn't show what I do when I get to the end. Sometimes I turn it over. Sometimes I cut it off, depending on whose wig I'm sewing. If it's a client's wig, most times when the client say, I don't want you to cut my wig, please do not cut my wig, I am going to be sewing it. When I get to the edge, I turn it over. Like I sew it extra, then turn it over. But if it's a wig that I'm going to sell, I'm making to sell, I am going to be wigging it, and I'll be cutting it once I get to the edge. So continuous process, and at the end of the day, you're going to get a good result out of this. So this is how you're going to be sewing. Gently match your foot pedal very gently. Most people match it with force. The way you control your brake is the way you control your foot pedal. If you match it with force, it moves very fast. So as a beginner, please just pet your foot on the foot pedal, and it's going to be going slowly so that it can be on track. Then I'll also make a video on my channel on how you can be able to learn how to sew straight line using a paper or a cardboard sheet to learn how to do that. This is the first process you undergo before you can be able to pick up your sewing machine and start sewing. So guys, at the end, always secure your wefts. Yes, at the end, secure your wefts. At the beginning, secure your wefts. This is going to give you a long-lasting wig. So now this is what we achieved. As you can see how flat it is. You should be very careful so that you do not create a bumpy wig. See how flat, like very flat it is. This is how it's supposed to look like when you're done. Then you keep on sewing. When you're sewing, please do not drag your wig up. Do not drag it. Like, try to push your wig up in order to give you that smooth. No, just sew. Keep sewing. Do not drag. If you drag it, you end up having a rough hair. Like, don't drag it this way. Don't drag it. Do not drag it. It is going to give you a rough walk. Just place your hand. As you can see the way I'm placing my hand, this is that way you're going to place your hand when sewing. And then you direct your machine to wherever you want it to go by using your finger to do that. So this is a continuous process we're going to do until the end of the week. So guys, keep watching and don't forget to give me drop a comment in the comment section, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be dropping like a lot of things to learn on this channel. Just keep staying tuned and keep watching because I have a lot in stock for you guys. So guys, when you keep sewing, at the end, as you can see, I'm securing the wefts. This is very, very important when you're sewing. Then once you're done, you cut out the excess thread. This is what you're going to be doing, and to give you a smooth and very neat work, you need to be cutting out the excess thread. You know that thread, that leftover thread that you push behind to sew, that thread, it will always be under your wig net. So you, at the end of your sewing, you're going to clean that up. I didn't show it in the video, but you're going to use, you know, normal, your common sense to be able to achieve that. So guys, this is a very detailed video. In case you don't understand anything, please hit me up. Then this is me trying to sew down my closure. You're going to secure it using a pin, a safety pin or a hairpin. Sewing the pin that is used to sew wigs, you're going to use that. Then make a very flat closure. As you can see through this video, you can see how flat my closure is. Then I sew. This is how to achieve a very flat closure. Is how to achieve it. So this video is a clear illustration on how you make a wig with a sewing machine. Please, I will appreciate it again that if you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn your notification bell in case I upload any video. So this is me trying to secure the last weft that is very close to the closure. That's after I sew in my closure. I'm going to be securing it. Please sew your closure before you start wigging. Very, very important. I made a mistake. Don't be like me. But because I don't want to repeat this video, I just want to upload this. Then later I can still make a very detailed video because my phone is having issues, you get. So I cannot be able to. I just don't want to keep my channel waiting. I know you guys always wait for my video, so that is why I always make sure I do this for you guys. It's not easy for me, especially now my phone screen is having issues, so I just have to keep on feeding you guys with latest. And don't worry, it's not going to stop me from making videos. I'll keep on making videos for you guys because, you know, without you guys, you guys give me happiness, you guys give me joy, and I enjoy filming every tutorial or everything I do on this channel. I enjoy every bit of it. Like, I feel like I'm in very close communication with you guys, and I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and this is what we have. This is the final result of the weekend, and I hope you guys learned one or two, and also subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. Bye. See you in my next video.